Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video I'll be doing a spoiler-free review of the Splendid in the File by Erik Larson. And this is a non-fiction account of Winston Churchill and those closest to him during the Blitz. And so I've been a big fan of Erik Larson. I read The Devil in the White City in high school and I fell in love with his writing style. Though he focuses on non-fiction and a great portion of this book is references, he has a way of writing so that it's not boring. It's almost a novelization of the topic that he is talking about. And this one, as I said, I was super excited about. After watching The Crown and basically what I've learned in my history class, I've always been kind of interested in Winston Churchill, and this is very much an in-depth, very personal look into Winston Churchill during this pivotal point in World War II. So nevertheless, when I saw this book was coming out, I was super excited because, like I said, I've been a fan of Erik Larson for a long time now, so I had high expectations going into it. So overall, I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I just had some complaints here or there, but overall, it was a very good read. So one of my favorite things about Erik Larson is how he's able to integrate the personal accounts of the people, the pivotal people of this story. So like I said, a great portion of this book is dedicated to references, whether it is diary entries, which a lot of these are, or historical accounts of other people during this time. But it was very interesting kind of getting those diary entries or minute kind of letters that Winston Churchill would do while he was in office, sending them to people, that are part of his circle or cabinet, which was very interesting to see, just getting to know kind of more about him. I feel like he is such an interesting historical figure who I think he was probably the only one that could be prepared to kind of get Britain through this point in time, which I thought was very interesting, and kind of seeing his quirks, like how he would hold meetings when he was in his bathtub and his secretary would be out, outside the door writing everything down while he's just blabbing off his thoughts. So, it's very interesting. Or he would wear these robes, these weird dragon robes. He's a very interesting person, but just getting to kind of see his internal thoughts, how he kind of very much was so ingrained in this, and just his mindset and seeing it progress, his wanting, his kind of internal thoughts of America's, kind of not wanting to kind of involve himself in this war, and Roosevelt's kind of avoidance of it. It was interesting, and just how that changed over the course of the war, eventually after Pearl Harbor was very interesting, getting that, real line first, account of it was interesting. And I also like here, which I wasn't expecting, but you do also get perspectives from the Germans as well, particularly Hitler, Goring, those who were involved in the air attacks on England, and you kind of get to see their perspective as well, which I wasn't expecting, and I really enjoyed. One of my complaints in here, and I think this is just a me thing, but there were a lot of characters, and you do get, or I guess people that were involved that hold different positions, and it was hard to keep track of these characters. Some of them are these people, and some of them have weird titles, and I was able to remember who they are. But if it's just some John Smith type of name, it is hard to keep track of those people in here, and they do from time to time say what their position is, but that was just one thing. And I did feel like a little part of this book had some pacing issues as well. It kind of got repetitive, especially as the Blitz continued, and it just kind of got redundant. But overall, it's a very interesting take on this very complex man. And as I said, I didn't find this book dry or boring. It was very interesting and insightful into this man's life and his family and those that were involved in the cabinet. So I learned a lot about this. It doesn't read like a history book. It reads more of like I said, a novelization of Winston Churchill and those around him, and the personal first-hand accounts through diary entries or memoirs later of these people makes it more real, and you kind of get to see that full development of these people, and it kind of pulls back the layers that history and, you know, textbooks create between the actual person and, you know, how history is remembering them. So it's a very interesting take on, you know, the Blitz and Winston Churchill, who is just a very interesting man. But it just makes you realize that, you know, if people in England were living through this for many years, and, you know, they had to like cover their houses like for the windows and do blackouts and, you know, worry about bombs, you know, dropping on their house, like they lived that and they complied. And then you look at people now that aren't wearing masks, and it's just like, how do you compare the two? Like, oh my goodness, it makes you mad. But it's a very interesting take on this point in time. So if you are a fan of, you know, World War II, learning about Winston Churchill, kind of the secrets of the war from England's perspective, and also a little bit of Germany's, I think you will like this. And if you are a fan of Erik Larson, you will definitely enjoy this book as well. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you've read this book and what you thought about it, or if you're interested in reading it, let me know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.